dude told me dude got a gun in there.
Oh,
State police wrap up a training exercise at Richmond's Greyhound station when a transient pulls a pistol and opens fire.
We have an active shooting, 2910 North Boulevard.
Bus passengers flee the station running for their lives as state police storm the building and return the gunfire.
With an incredibly heavy heart tonight that I announce to you the loss of Trooper Chad Dermyer.
And tonight, confirmation of what we'd feared all along, the death of a Virginia state trooper.
On your side, NBC 12 News at 11 starts with breaking news.
And there is still an active police presence along the boulevard with multiple agencies on scene as this mass shooting investigation enters hour 10.
Our comprehensive live team coverage gets underway right now. We have more than a half dozen members of our team standing by, working every angle of this story for you tonight. The latest on the victims, the shooter, where the investigation stands now, and where it goes next.
We begin with Mike Valerio. He was the first reporter to go live from the scene. Mike, bring us up to date.
Well, Sabrina, good evening. We've learned that Trooper Dermyer was on a specialized drug training mission, one that is designed to intercept narcotics at bus stations. And if we take a look at the Greyhound station behind me, you can see that it is still very much an active crime scene. The Virginia State Police Mobile Command Center still there. And we have learned from law enforcement that the trooper simply introduced himself to the suspect, and that's when the suspect opens fire. It was chaos in the midst of an active shooter situation. A full police escort for this ambulance with a trooper fighting to survive. Trooper Chad Dermyer is seen here with the superintendent of state police handing him his VSP diploma. The same man, Colonel Stephen Flaherty, would announce Trooper Dermyer's death.
It's with an incredibly heavy heart tonight that I announce to you the loss of Virginia State Police Trooper Chad Dermyer.
2:40 p.m. Trooper Dermyer is here at the Greyhound bus station with a state police team. They're training on how to intercept drugs, bus terminals, often critical transfer points for narcotics. Trooper Dermyer introduces himself to the suspect inside as part of training to identify suspicious people.
The male subject pulled out a handgun and shot Chad multiple times.
All hell broke loose with gunfire in the packed terminal. 2 women hit and the suspect not done.
The male subject continued firing his weapon as 2 other state police troopers returned fire.
FBI agents were called in to help process the scene. Law enforcement officials tell us terrorism is not suspected, but that the man, whose identity is being withheld for now, was deeply disturbed.
The shooter continued to be combative once EMS crews arrived on the scene to render him aid. He was transported to VCU Medical Center, where he later died.
2 deaths, one of a madman, the other a retired Marine and father. The gateway to the city for thousands each day shut down, with families and a state police force tonight shattered. And we've been able to confirm through Virginia State Police that the suspect, as far as the evidence has been able to tell us at this point, is not from the Richmond area. But what remains to be seen is what that suspect, if he wasn't from the area, was doing in that bus station in the first place. For now, reporting live on North Boulevard, Mike Valerio, NBC 12.
Thank you, Mike. And we're learning more about Trooper Dermyer. He was a Marine, a husband, and young father of 2. Brittany McDonald has been at VCU Medical Center all day, where Dermyer was first transported. She joins us now live with the very latest. Brittany?
Well, VCU Medical Center was flooded with state police vehicles just a short while ago, all waiting here in solidarity. But you can see now it's a much different picture, much quieter now, after learning that Chad Dermyer lost his battle here today, dying from gunshot wounds. 37-year-old Chad Dermyer, shot and killed Thursday afternoon at the North Boulevard Greyhound bus station, leaves behind a wife and 2 children. His Facebook page shows a young man smiling in just about every photo. Trooper Dermyer had served for 4 years with the U.S. Marine Corps and began his police career as an officer in Jackson, Michigan, where he's from. His career would then take him to Newport News. Dermyer graduated from Virginia State Police Academy in November of 2014, first being assigned to the cities of Newport News and Hampton. He had just taken on new responsibilities.
Just recently transferred to our counter-terrorism and criminal interdiction unit, and that was the purpose of the training that he was undergoing.
Dermyer had just been training for his new position at around 2:40 when he was shot by a man he approached as part of that training, according to VSP. He was rushed to VCU Medical Center, where Richmond police, state police, VCU police, and numerous ambulances came flooding in, gathering outside the emergency room until about 6 o'clock, when a motorcade of vehicles with lights on slowly left the area. By 8 o'clock, we learned that Dermyer lost his battle in the hospital, dying from his gunshot wounds. We continue learning about Dermyer, this young and clearly remarkable man. We'll keep you updated with any new information as soon as it comes in. But for now, on your side at VCU Medical Center in Richmond, Brittany McDonald, NBC 12.
Thanks, Brittany. And we've just learned there will be a vigil to honor the life and memory of Trooper Chad Dermyer. Richmond United for Law Enforcement says that vigil will be held 6:30 Friday night on the sidewalk across from the Greyhound bus terminal. Of course, that's on North Boulevard. You're asked to wear a navy blue shirt and bring blue or white roses to leave in his memory.
We're also getting new details tonight on one of the civilians injured in today's shooting. We've confirmed she's an athlete traveling to Virginia to compete in a track meet. Mark Davis has been gathering details on this, and he joins us now with the latest. Mark, what have you found out?
Well, Sabrina, a female Binghamton University track athlete traveling to William & Mary is recovering tonight after suffering non-life-threatening injuries during today's shooting. The unidentified female on her way to the Colonial Relays in Williamsburg when the shooting occurred. No word right now on if other teammates were with her or if she was traveling alone. Now, Binghamton University releasing a statement saying that the school learning about the incident around 4 o'clock this afternoon and that her injuries are non-life-threatening, also confirming this athlete on the way to William & Mary. It also reads in part, the campus has been in touch with the student's parents and has arranged for counselors to be available to the student and her fellow student athletes. Now, we have reached out to university officials to see if this will affect the team's plans to compete this weekend, and we'll update our website with any details that become available. On your side, Mark Davis, NBC 12 News.
All right, we hope she's back with her team soon. Thanks, Mark. Richmond's Greyhound bus terminal is closed until further notice. Inbound schedules are being rerouted to another location, but all outbound service from Richmond has simply been canceled. Chris Thomas joins us now live with that part of our team coverage. Chris, you've been talking to families left stranded after this tragedy. How unnerving has this been for them?
Well, as you can imagine, this has just been a terrible day for so many, Sabrina. I spoke to one man who says that he has been waiting 2 hours for someone to come and pick him up tonight, all because of this tragic scene unfolding right behind me. Greyhound passengers stranded after a horrific shooting turns the Richmond bus terminal into an active crime scene.
It's haywire over there. They don't know nothing's going on.
David Treadwell from Long Island, New York, just one of several families scrambling to find a way to their final destination.
The Greyhound bus service is shut down completely because there's a shooting down there. So right now they're rerouting all buses. They don't know what's going on.
I want to show you security is posted here. They're not allowing us to walk across the street to talk to some of those people who are stranded. But there you see the buses. And one thing is clear, this tragedy is certainly impacting many families.
The killing, the nonsense, it really has to stop. It really does.
Manny Rivera jumped in his van flying the American flag with a sign declaring police lives matter after a state trooper lost his life, shot at point-blank range before troopers returned fire, killing the suspect.
I don't want to be on the other side of the table tonight when this family has to be told, this trooper's family, that their loved one was killed while he came out to work just to provide for his family.
So many questions still remain, but passengers are now extending their condolences to the victims' families.
Thank God it wasn't more people.
But this has been a real headache for you, though, huh?
Yes, but it is what it is.
And back here live, if you were scheduled to travel out of Richmond, Greyhound will refund or reissue your ticket at no charge as soon as the terminal has been reopened. And if you are picking up friends or family tonight, there is a number I want to give you right now. It is 800-231-2222. You are asked to call that number for more information. But for now, on your side, Chris Thomas, NBC 12 News.
Thanks, Chris. Also tonight, reactions still coming in from many of Richmond's top city leaders on this deadly shooting. Carla Redditt joining us now with more on what they're saying. Carla?
Well, Kurt, we were able to speak with Richmond Mayor Dwight Jones earlier tonight. Now, right now, he is out of town, but he told us about the moment he received the call about the shootings.
Chief Durham gave me a phone call and told me about the very sad state of affairs. It's a very sad day for the city of Richmond. It's a sad state of affairs for our society that things like this are happening. And so our prayers go out to the individuals who were hurt. We're praying for their families.
Meanwhile, Public Safety Chairwoman Reva Trammell spent hours out on the scene today. Now, she says she just wanted to personally extend her condolences to the victims, calling today's incident a senseless act of violence.
This is one of the saddest days in Richmond, Virginia that I've ever witnessed. For these troopers to be gunned down like that and innocent people in there to be gunned down and shot. And for us to lose a state trooper, what about their families, their friends? I would never believe this.
City leaders tell us they are working to make sure employees are constantly on the ready for the unthinkable. In fact, we're told City Hall just recently added active shooter training for workers. On your side, Carla Redditt, NBC 12 News.
Carla, thanks so much. And now to the chaos and terror inside that bus station, with witnesses and travelers describing what they went through in the moments immediately after those shots rang out. Ashley Montfort has that part of our team coverage. And Ashley, we've heard from stunned, frightened people.
Yeah, that's one of the best ways to sum it up, stunned and frightened. Let me walk you through what some of these people went through during the shooting. Remember that the bus station was packed, and when shots were fired, some people tell us they actually ran this way next door and hid behind this U-Haul storage building.
I had my hand on the door handle when I heard 2 gunshots go off.
Brendan Hamilton was on his way into the Greyhound bus station when the shooting unfolded right in front of him.
I didn't think there were gunshots, but then there were like 5, maybe 10 more after that, and I could see the muzzle flash through the tinted door, and so I ran out of there.
He was one of the first people outside and called 911. Inside the building, Morgan Hall was waiting to board the bus. He said he heard 2 gunshots right behind him. Something inside of you told you to just run.
Yeah, just run. Reflex. My mom would be so proud.
Dermyer Welch was walking down the boulevard to the bus station when he came upon the chaotic scene.
All I saw was people running out with their children, officers with guns behind the walls, like, you know, trying to get in, and then police officers just coming from every which way.
He said many people took cover behind parked taxis. Now people here say they've seen these scenes unfolding in other parts of the country, but never thought it would happen in the River City.
I mean, that's horrible. I still can't believe this happened. I'm still shaking a little bit.
Back here live, I can tell you that this is one of the biggest crime scenes these people have ever seen, but they say that the response from law enforcement was incredibly fast. They were here within minutes. On your side in Richmond, I'm Ashley Montfort, NBC 12 News.
Thanks, Ashley. Those witnesses were important to us as the chaos of the afternoon was unfolding. NBC 12 viewers helped get the information on the air. Eyewitnesses sent us video and their personal accounts of the deadly shooting. Drew Wilder joins us now with that part of our team coverage. Drew, some of that home video was pretty dramatic.
Oh, Kurt, as horrifying events unfolded on North Boulevard, several people in the area reached out to us to share their video and their accounts of what they saw.
Somebody coming out on the stretcher.
The terrifying events captured on camera by an NBC 12 viewer who can't hide the emotion as shots ring out on the boulevard.
Dude got a gun in there.
Oh, James Reeves joined us live on the air by phone shortly after shooting this incredible video.
We thought we heard some gunfire, and we turned around, and there was a guy running out the front door with a duffel bag, and don't know if he had anything to do with it or not. I'm pretty sure that if he didn't, he was just running for his life.
While our reporters were in position and gathering information from authorities, James and his coworker were perched directly across from the action, working on the diamond.
They had, like you saw in the video, they had several different cop cars, SUVs, vans. They had some of the SWAT team up there, and people with shields and everything. It it was pretty crazy.
And just a few buildings over, another NBC 12 viewer was alerted by our news app that chaos was ringing out just a few doors down.
I do have the NBC 12 app on my phone. My coworker does as well. So we both received the text message at the same time saying to just that there was an active shooting and to just, be aware of it.
And once this information came in, Rachel, Lewis, and her co-workers were advised to bunker down until the scene was cleared.
Rachel, did you say that you were advised not to leave the building?
Yes, so we were told not to leave the building. I mean, my boss, his wife called, she was freaking out. She said, please don't, leave.
And we extend our appreciation to those viewers who reached out to us with some of those video and some of that information. And as always, the NBC 12 News app is available to download for free to your mobile phone or other device. On your side tonight, Drew Wilder, NBC 12 News.
Thank you, Drew. And ironically, when today's deadly shooting happened, many local law enforcement officials had already gathered to honor other officers killed in the line of duty in the past 12 months.
Colonel Stephen Flaherty, who spoke at tonight's press conference, said he was at that gathering when he was called about the death of Trooper Chad Dermyer.
I was standing in front of a crowd with 16 other state police and provincial police executives, and we were paying tribute to the 28 state and provincial police officers who were killed in the last 12 months. Just thought to myself, because 28 was the biggest number we've had in a long time, I hope and pray that next year we don't have 28, not knowing that within just a few seconds out here of Chad's loss.
The colonel says he was at a meeting of the International Association of Chiefs of Police, where he serves on the board. He says they were honoring fallen officers across the country. The last Virginia trooper to be shot and killed in the line of duty, of course, was Master Trooper Junius Walker.
He was shot and killed during a traffic stop in Dinwiddie 3 years ago.
We have been committed to keeping you alerted to the latest developments in this tragic story. That commitment continues throughout this newscast, but we also want you to know that our morning team will be here at 4:30 a.m. for a special edition of 12 News Today.
And in other news breaking right now, 80 people have to find someplace new to stay after a fire at this Hanover hotel. Fire officials tell us a mechanical room on the first floor of the La Quinta was on fire, and it quickly filled the hotel with smoke. Right now, investigators do not know what caused the fire. The good news here, no injuries to report. And tonight, investigators still looking for answers in the home invasion and shooting death of a Louisa man.
The sheriff's office says 43-year-old Kevin Robinson was found dead in his Oakland Road home last night just before 7. Susan Bahoric has been looking into this case. She spoke with his family earlier today.
More than 12 hours after this shooting and home invasion, deputies with the Louisa County Sheriff's Office wrapped this home in crime scene tape, sealing the doors. The family members of Kevin Robinson tell me they don't understand how something like this could have happened.
Playful with a smile for everyone. That's how the family of Kevin Robinson describes him. The family didn't want to talk on camera, but they asked me to share pictures like these, showing him in happier times. Wednesday night, a family member went to see the 43-year-old at his home, but she found the side door kicked in and Robinson dead in a back bedroom.
Approximately 7 o'clock, a lot of police activity, emergency vehicles, EMS.
Neighbor Christopher Scott lives across the street and saw the incident unfold.
What is your first reaction when you saw all those?
Something bad, something bad.
Investigators say Robinson was the victim of a home invasion and had been shot several times. But before he died, the sheriff's office says he was able to fire back at his attacker or attackers. Investigators aren't saying if those shots struck anyone, but Robinson's family is waiting for answers and struggling to come to terms with this loss.
As for a suspect and motive in this case, well, the sheriff's office isn't commenting at this point, saying it doesn't want to put the investigation in jeopardy. On your side in Louisa County, Susan Bahoric, NBC 12.
Central Virginia's breaking weather specialists. This is NBC 12 First Warning Weather.
Warm outside right now, 60s to near 70. We've seen very little drop in temperature this evening. A few raindrops have fallen, though. Some rain now moving off east of Richmond. It didn't rain a lot here in Richmond, a trace, a couple tenths of an inch at the most. We're watching another batch that will come in later this evening, but this is the area now in eastern Tennessee. The later tonight and early tomorrow morning could mean a round of thunderstorms for parts of even Metro Richmond. Your commuter forecast tomorrow, I'm going to give it a yellow light. Use a little extra caution, extra time tomorrow morning because there will be showers around and maybe even some thunderstorms after 7 a.m. right on through mid-morning. In fact, your day part planner tomorrow, right on through about 10 or 11 o'clock, chance of showers and storms. Then the sun comes out midday through afternoon, highs of 82. Then more thunderstorms start firing up after about 5 or 6 in the evening, probably more towards 7 or 8 o'clock time frame. We're watching this front that's going to come into the area tomorrow. Very slow moving front, won't drop south of here until tomorrow night. Severe weather tonight mainly focused down in the deep south. We may have our round of severe weather here tomorrow. In fact, we have a marginal risk for severe storms in central Virginia tomorrow. There's a slight risk, which is a higher category down in southeastern Virginia. The timing would be early in the morning, then evening and overnight tomorrow. Damaging wind gusts, the primary threat. So we always got to watch those carefully because the atmosphere is going to be quite dynamic tomorrow in terms of the chances for some storm development. So tomorrow morning, the timing for thunderstorms will be tomorrow morning, 7 to 11 a.m. That's when we may see some storms. Then partly sunny from noon to 5. And then round 2 of storms happens after 6 p.m. through the evening and overnight hours. And let's break it down in your hour-by-hour forecast. Here's tonight's forecast. And tomorrow we wake up to some showers and storms. Look at this, 10 a.m. Guidance shows a big round of thunderstorms coming through. It's out of here by noon hour, then some sun. Then we get into the evening, 7, 8 o'clock time frame. More showers develop to the south, and that's when I think we could have more thunderstorms into Saturday morning. We have clouds and showers through midday, then the sunshine returns Saturday afternoon. Quick check your 7-day planner then. Warm tomorrow, cooler Saturday, 6 and 10 chance of showers each day. This would be morning and then night, and this would be mainly in the morning. Breezy and chilly Sunday, a cold day coming up by next Tuesday. More 12 News is after this.
Breaking news, we have an active shooting situation going on at Richmond's Greyhound bus station.
I heard 2 gunshots go off.
My brother was also driving around the area. He said the cop cars were just blocking traffic down Boulevard.
This is one of the saddest days in Richmond, Virginia that I've ever witnessed. What about their families, their friends? I would never believe this.
Our hearts and prayers go out to Virginia State Police and the families that will be affected by this.
This is breaking news from NBC 12.
And we continue to follow that shooting at the Richmond Greyhound station that left one state trooper dead.
We want to go back live to Mike Valerio. He has been at that Greyhound bus station all afternoon. Mike, now that it is almost midnight, tell us what is next for the investigation.
Well, Sabrina, I think something to keep in mind in terms of what is next for the investigation is piecing together what happened here, and a critical component from the news conference that wrapped up before we were on the air here at 11 is that this wasn't just one shot that was fired at the Virginia State Trooper. We're talking about multiple rounds of gunfire fired inside the Greyhound station behind me, creating utter terror inside. The main question we're looking at, though, for tomorrow is for confirmation on the identity of this man. We've been able to confirm so far that he's not from the Richmond area, but who this man is, where exactly he was from, and what he was doing inside this bus station. Whether he came to Richmond from a bus or if he was waiting for somebody, that's a question that will be answered in the days ahead as this investigation progresses. But for now, that's the latest here. Reporting live on North Boulevard. We'll have more 12 News in a moment.
We continue to follow a crime alert out of Henrico. Police are hoping that this surveillance picture will lead them to the thief who smashed his way into Adolph's jewelry store with a car overnight. We now know the car itself was stolen. Police say they were alerted when the store's alarm system went off, but that suspect was long gone by the time police arrived. If you have any information about this crime, please call Crime Stoppers. The number 780-1000. The store's owner tells us that store will reopen tomorrow.
In Richmond tonight, former state delegate Joe Morrissey announces he is running for mayor in Richmond. Morrissey almost canceled tonight's announcement because of the deadly shooting at the Greyhound bus station, but a note from his office said he was encouraged to go forward with his news. We will be following the contest for Richmond's mayor, and we'll be right back. That's going to do it for us at 11, but our morning team is already here working to bring you the latest overnight developments on the Greyhound station shooting.
To get real-time news and weather alerts, make sure you download the free NBC 12 apps, or certainly you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
12 News Today begins at 4:30. Once again, our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families tonight.
Good night.